the barrier just broke. MiniMax just dropped M3, and the first open weight model boasting like 3 frontier capabilities. So simultaneously at that, it's the 1 million context window, which all the big ones have, like Gemini, Anthropic, and OpenAI right now. But for an open weights model to have that, I mean, like DeepSeek has it as well, but I don't know. DeepSeek has disappointed me a little bit in terms of its ability. So M3 seems to be like the new frontier model in that area. And so today we're going to be breaking down exactly what M3 can do, why it's long horizon stability, long horizon basically working on tasks for hours at end or days if need be, why that's a game changer, and whether this changes the landscape for open source AI forever. So let's dive in. Yeah, so let's take a look at their page. They actually have 2 pages that they're making available. And this is where it starts. This is like the newest release page. And they visually just made it look decently nice by giving it some tabs and just putting it all together for you to look at. But the first one that they had put out was this one right here, which is the official release. And it just has like a little bit larger images to look at. So, well, let's look at their main page right here and talk about the headline, because MiniMax M3 isn't just an incremental update from what they're saying. It's a new architecture built from the ground up. And therefore they're saying coding an agentic frontier model, right? Which it doesn't just answer questions, it performs complex multi-step tasks autonomously, which is really good for like long horizon tasks. And with the 1 million context window, which is one of the 3 main features, it's powered by their proprietary MSA, which is the MiniMax sparse attention models or architecture, and it guarantees a minimum of 512,000 tokens and supports up to 1 million. That's enough to ingest entire code bases, thousands of pages of documentations, or hours of video in a single prompt. And then we have, of course, the native multimodality. Unlike models that just add image understanding later, M3 was trained from step 0 on a 100 trillion token dataset where text and vision are deeply aligned. Okay, so let's dive into the functionalities, or what makes this model so amazing. It's not really so much the benchmarks. It's basically going to be up there with the top contenders, but at the same time, it's not claiming to be the best. It's an open weight model. So, but with that being said, some of the things that really stand out is the 12-hour paper replication. And so what they did is they tasked M3 with independently reproducing a complex ICLR 2025 paper on learning dynamics of LLM fine-tuning. And what the result was M3 ran continuously for 12 hours, right? So this is like the whole long horizon statement that it can just finish tasks autonomously. And the output it produced was 18 code commits and generated 23 experimental figures without any human intervention. So why does this matter? Well, it parsed charts, understood formulas, and managed the entire experiment log within its massive context window. So everything fit into this 1 million context window. And the whole task could be completed within 12 hours. And so then after that, they had a 24-hour coding marathon. And so in a CUDA kernel optimization challenge, M3 was given a non-runnable skeleton code to optimize FP8 gem operations on NVIDIA Hopper GPUs. And that went on for 24 hours. And the output was 147 benchmark submissions and nearly 2,000 tool calls. Tool calls is basically, it going online, or it basically saving something, or it, just utilizing something, a terminal, and that's a tool call. So 2,000 tool calls. And to win, it pushed hardware utilization from 7.6% to 71.3%, achieving a 9.4x speedup, which is insane. Comparison, most other models would have stalled or crashed after the first 30 submissions. So that's basically what happens with the other models right now. And I think they're going back to M2.7 as well, because it really wasn't performing as well as other people had stated, or maybe even them themselves had stated. M3 didn't just finish, it optimized through multiple performance plateaus. And so then the question is, like, how does it pretty much handle long horizon tasks? Thing is, M3 can sustain it. The key concept here is like the long horizon stability. And most AI agents suffer from like context fatigue or instruction drift. But after a few steps, they forget their original goal or loop endlessly. M3 was designed to like not do that and to focus for tens of hours. They're not saying thousands of hours, but tens of hours. Pretty much 24 hours is the longest test that I see them mentioning here. So, but MiniMax tested this with like the post-train bench right here, and where they gave like M3 4 base models and asked to autonomously complete the entire training pipeline, which consisted of data synthesis, training, evaluation, and iteration in just 12 hours, so like had to do all that in 12 hours. M3 ranked number 3 overall, beating almost all other open models and sitting just behind the closed source giants like Opus 4.7 and GPT 5.5. Yeah, and this is like the quick API integration. So like you'll have all the instructions on this page right here. But yeah, if you need larger pictures, you can always come over to the second publication. If you just look for MiniMax M3, it'll show you these, and then you can just like take a look at these kind of things right here. Yeah, it doesn't, like, to me, this doesn't compute. I can't really understand it. But they have like all the breakdowns pretty much on this page and just like larger pictures. So if you need to dive into these specifics a little bit more, so you can do that here. But let's talk about the developer tools and the accessibility, because essentially MiniMax is committing to open source, and M3 will be fully open sourced on HuggingFace and GitHub, supporting private cluster deployment and fine-tuning. For developers, they are offering the quick API integration, as you saw over here on this page. As you scroll down, there's the quick API integration. And the token plan, which subscribers get access to M3's enhanced capabilities. You can get to that up here, which I have a token plan. And so if there's a request for this, we can dive into using this model a little bit more so and testing it out in the future. Just leave a comment and a like if you have time to do that as well. But just leave a comment if you want to see how this model performs in live sessions or in real world applications, and we can build something together. Yeah, but you can participate in their token plan. It's very, very affordable too. If you actually check into these token plans right here, now these are yearly, so this is billed annually, $200 right here. So yeah, I know at first it seems shocking, right? But these are annually. You get 2 months free at that, which is pretty good. But monthly, you're looking at 20, 50, and 120. What is good about these is because, where does it say? I mean, you see the token count right here, which this is a lot of tokens. They used to have a comparison to Claude Code. I guess they took that off. But there was a comparison to the Claude Code, like how much more you get. And so they're basically claiming that you get twice the tokens for sure compared to the Claude models. And at this point right here, you pretty much get everything that Anthropic has to offer in terms of context window, multimodality, and yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's pretty affordable in comparison for sure. They were even cheaper, but I think what they did is they increased your token usage, and so now at this point, still very affordable. Like I said, I mean, with $20 you can get 2 times what you can get out of Anthropic, and then this right here, I think this is $50, is pretty much you'll get 2 times what you get out of Claude for half the price. So that's pretty good overall. And I guess, like, what is the conclusion? I mean, MiniMax M3 represents a massive shift. For the first time, we have an open weight model that matches the coding, reasoning, and context capabilities of the most expensive closed models. I mean, it's no longer just about what an AI chat can do for you. It's about what AI can build for you. And that's like really what this brings to the forefront, you know, because it can basically build over a long horizon. And I think that's what they were trying to pretty much pinpoint here on their main page, is that it can just like really work through long horizon tasks. So, I mean, what do you think? Is this the moment open source AI finally catches up to the giants? Because like a lot of people have been talking about that, and they think in the end that's pretty much what's going to happen, you know, because it's kind of like the people are the developers, and the people that are like involved in open models are a lot, there's a lot more than there are in these companies. Now, obviously these companies are hiring the best of the best, but you're still going against like a horde of people that are like all mixing into these open models right here pretty much. So like you just have like a much larger army of people. And so there are hopes pretty much that open weight models will catch up to these large frontier model at some point, but yet to be seen. I'm not 100% sure about that, but what do you think? Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, because there's like, I think 75% that watch this are just simply like not liking, commenting, or subscribing. If you have a minute of your time, I would truly appreciate it. All right, until the next video.